Mr. Walmsley? Here. Mr. Juliano?
Here.
Mr. Nuss is not here. Mr. Stahl is not here. Mrs. Liddy? Here. Mrs. O'Leary? Here. Mr. Davis?
Here.
We have a forum.
Would you please join me in the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Sussex-Wantage Regional School District Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the school building, and notice of said meeting sent to the New Jersey Herald and the Star Ledger.
The Sussex-Wantage Regional School District is a responsive, caring, child-centered community. Our mission is to educate each individual to become a confident, competent, lifelong learner and productive, responsible citizen by providing challenging opportunities in a safe environment through a partnership of families, schools, and communities.
Thank you. At this time, we will move on to the report of the Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Mr. Schwartz up to present this month's Students of the Month.
Good evening, Mr. Gall, Mr. D'Agostino, members of our Board of Education, and members of our audience tonight. Our students at Sussex Middle School have started the year off eager and engaged in the learning process again and continue to impress us with their resilience. It has been a wonderful experience welcoming all of our students back into the building this year. Tonight, I will recognize a student from each grade level that has gone above and beyond to start the school year. The 6th grade student of the month for December is Angelina Sampson. Angelina is excited to be here at SMS and spoke highly of her teachers and friends that she has, indicating that both make each day enjoyable. Her favorite class is language arts. Angelina has always enjoyed this subject area because she considers both reading and writing to be a strength. This strength might be something that she continues to pursue through her schooling, as Angelina hopes to become a teacher someday. When speaking with her, Angelina told me that she has always wanted to become a teacher, and she thinks that helping others learn can be rewarding. Here at SMS, Angelina is making a positive impact. Her teacher stated the following when nominating her for this recognition. The 6th grade team nominates Angelina for Student of the Month. She's a hard worker and puts forth her best effort in everything that she does. Angelina is very polite and always starts the day with a smile on her face. She is kind, works well with others, and is a role model for her classmates. We are all looking forward to seeing what this young lady will achieve in the future. Outside of SMS, Angelina can be found drawing, reading, or playing soccer. We are all very excited to watch Angelina as she continues her career here at SMS and all that she will achieve along the way. Please join me in congratulating her as the 6th grade student. The 7th grade student of the month for December is Troy Baca. Troy is an active young man who loves football. He has been playing for quite some time and is looking forward to pursuing his passion for the sport in high school and beyond. In addition, Troy also enjoys basketball and is currently on our team here at SMS. It comes as no surprise that his favorite class here is gym, where he has fun competing in games with his peers. Troy's teacher stated the following when nominating him for the Student of the Month. The 7th grade teachers would like to nominate Troy Baca as the Student of the Month. Troy has demonstrated growth in many areas over the first 4 months of school. The teachers have noticed a big change in Troy. He is more focused and working to be more successful in all of his classes. He makes sure to come to his teachers for clarification when he is unsure of an assignment and is taking accountability for himself. We believe that Troy can continue on this path as he continues continues to put forth 100% effort. When you speak to Troy, it is evident that he has an upbeat personality and is eager to continue to find success here at SMS. I'm confident that with his positive outlook and attitude towards school, that he will continue to find success for the remainder of the school year. Please join me in congratulating Troy Botha as a 7th grade student. Congratulations, sir. Great job. Keep it up.
Thank you.
The 8th grade student of the month for December is Gabby Beauchamp. Gabby's favorite class here at SMS is Media 2. Not only does Gabby enjoy creating videos in this class, but she also enjoys many aspects involved in graphic design. It comes as no surprise that Gabby would like to eventually pursue a career as a graphic designer or fashion designer. And while the technology associated with both is something that interests her, she also has a passion for drawing, which will certainly come in handy. Here at SMS, Gabby is an active student. She participates on the basketball and cross-country teams and has been a wonderful player and teammate over the years. Outside of school, Gabby is also quite active, participating in Taekwondo and Girl Scouts, where she continues to give back to the community. The 8th grade team stated the following when recommending her. The 8th grade team would like to nominate Gabby for Student of the Month. Gabby is an inquisitive, intrinsically motivated student who always puts forth her best effort. She is a member of the cross-country team and the basketball team. She is a reliable, kind, and responsible person who gets along with many different people. Great work, Gabby. It came as no surprise to me that Gabby was selected as the Student of the Month. She has been a consistently high-achieving student over the years and has always been a great role model for her peers. As we say goodbye to Gabby at the end of this year, I can tell you that she will be missed by many and has had a positive impact on many of her teachers and peers along the way. Please join me in congratulating Gabby as the 8th grade student.
Thank you, Mr. Schwartz. Congratulations again to all the recipients. We always encourage you to stay for the full board meeting. If by chance you didn't want to do that, now would be an opportune time to leave. We take a little intermission for you. All right, just to report out on some favorable happenings in the district, we were able to host our holiday tree lighting for Wantage Township and PTO Book Fair. We had some small modifications, but it really was a huge success, so we're appreciative of that. Especially want to thank our faculty and staff, Nicole Dunn over at the township, Mrs. Barbieri, Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Steele, I see in the audience, who came through with some last minute bags from Acme. We appreciate their donation for the book fair. Special thanks to Mrs. Wilson, her staff, again, our entire faculty and staff, and in particular our nursing staff this past month. We've had some challenges with filling coverages, and people have stepped up and kind of moved around the district as needed, so we very much appreciate that. So it's been a successful month, hasn't come without challenges. You know, COVID operations have been very difficult. You continue to get those letters from us. That's just me trying to be transparent. It's not trying to instill fear or anything like that in anyone. So I'm going to continue in that regard. We had 2 classrooms closed at Wantage School that'll be coming off of quarantine, I believe both of them in a week or so. And, you know, for those of you who aren't aware, you know, we talked about previously at board meetings the different color codes that the Department of Health in the state of New Jersey put out. The best being green, most challenging being red. So most of the school year we were operating under yellow, which meant that we had restrictions, but not a huge amount. It wasn't super cumbersome, but as of about a week ago, moved to orange. And then things became a little bit more restrictive, so quarantines got a little longer. They went from 10 days to 14 days. Previously, you could test out of a quarantine, meaning on day 5 to 7, you could take your child to go get tested or a staff member go get tested. If they were negative, they could come back to the school environment. As what's been happening with COVID, these policy guidelines and changes happen so frequently that about an hour ago, I got a new one from the Department of Health. So I'll be reviewing that with the nursing staff tomorrow, maybe put out some updates. It may actually be a little bit more favorable to our operations. So those are just a few things I want to report out on, Mr. Agostino.
Thank you, Mr. Gall. At this time, we will move on to audience remarks. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district. Are there any audience remarks? Yes, ma'am. If you could just come up to the podium, please.
I can't breathe, and you know that. I've been here before. I see you, PD. I have presentations for all of you. Can we pass these
Maybe our
out?
board secretary.
Yeah, pass it.
Can we pass these out? I have these for all of you. If you don't mind, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. And happy holidays to all of you. I just need to go over a few things. There's plenty in there, but I just need to go over a few things. That's why I'm passing them back.
Thank you. Great, we have them, ma'am. If you could just state your name and your township of residence for the record, too, please.
Yep, hello, hi, again, Jana Bartz, 34 Unionville Avenue, Sussex. So tonight, I want to come back to the fact that we have mask mandates going on that are illegal. And tonight I'm presenting to you, of course, you see a dossier that has a lot of information from Dr. David Martin that has spent 22 years following all of this information from these coronavirus patents and things that are happening. So what I'm trying to say is that if you can just bear with me, skip forward to page 25 in the beginnings of this, and you can see that there is a section code 21 CFR 5024 for illegal clinical trial, unlawful to conduct medical research, even in the case of emergency without a series of steps taken to A, establish the research with a duly authorized and independent and institutional review board. B, secure informed consent of all participants, including a statement of risk and benefits. And C, engage in consultation with the community in which the study is to be conducted. So when you skip down and you have plenty here to read, you can see that face masks should not be worn by healthy individuals to protect themselves from acquiring respiratory infection, because there is no evidence to suggest that face masks being worn by healthy individuals are effective in preventing people from becoming ill. And remember, in September, I came here and talked to you about the bacterial that goes on from the face mask that you all, I don't know if you do it 8 hours a day like the kids are doing 5 days a week or whatever, but it acquires bacterial information. It causes this pneumonia bacterial from the face mask, and it was even shown from 2008, and Dr. Fauci that did a review that he had a study that said that Spanish flu from 2018 said that the majority of all the people that were dying were from bacterial infection from wearing this stupid cotton face mask. Okay, so then you skip down. Let's go about the social distancing. Up to 6 feet has been promoted as a means of preventing person-to-person transmission and influence like viruses. There's been no study, nothing showing. But I would like for you to go past that to the next 2 pages. You'll see Sussex Regional Board of Education past that, and you'll see all your names there. And you'll see there, you've got plenty to read. You can go the next page over and you'll see the VAERS report, that there's almost been 20,000 people die already. And because of that, that's only 1% from a Harvard study of 3 years. So it's underestimated, and we've already had 20,000 people. The swine flu had 25 people die from the shot, and they shut it down. So I'm trying to say, between the shot and the masking and the mandates that's going on, so turn to the next page. You will see U.S. Code 18241, conspiracy against rights, as well as highlighted, I highlighted these for you. The U.S. Code 242, Declaration of Rights under the color of law. And if you read these two rights, you are committing a federal crime, and this will hold you accountable. But you can get out of this because you can do the right thing, and you can stop all of this, because this is under our constitutional rights that you are doing an illegal felony, and I don't think that you want that for our kids, honestly. You go to the next page, and I got a Dr. Jane Ruby report that I just pulled off of her affidavit, that she's sworn into an affidavit, and you can see a small report of the VAERS, of the myocarditis and the pericarditis of our children. Why are we injecting our children when they got innate immunity with a 99.998%? Remember, I said in September, you didn't see the flu last year, did you? It was all COVID. I have more. The next page, Mr. President. This is a guy named Christopher Keys has been traveling the U.S. and he's got a letter that he wrote to our president. And it has 11 questions of 11 very important things, and all the resources are there. Okay? Do like I've been doing. It's all there. And then after that, you have a short version of something that can go to our Attorney General of the United States. We have evidence to put against many defendants, as I know you can read that. I don't know if I need to say that because I don't want to have censorship, as everybody's getting censorship of all the doctors that I could even speak about right now that have been coming forward in the last year, and the studies, the virologists, the pathologists, the epidemiologists, I mean, I can name it, the cardiologists, they're all coming forward. They have nothing to gain and everything to lose. I have more names I can bring forward to you. I want you to do what I've been doing and study and look into it. All the resources are there. Everything is there. Just please save our children. Just save our children. Take the masks off. Stop the social distancing. Do what it does say that you have been violating, that I highlighted in here for you. And I don't want to think that you are with this. I don't think that you are with this. I think that you are with me as a parent and a grandparent to save our children. And just, you can get out of this. You can say you didn't know because this is a felony charge of the mandates and the things that you're doing. It's all here. I presented it to you and I'm sorry, but I love my children of all colors and kinds. I love our family of all colors and kinds. I love my America. My grandfathers that fought in the Revolutionary War that were here on this land didn't go for this, so I'm speaking for them. So thank you, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, but please, do the right thing. Just do the right thing, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Are there any other audience remarks? Seeing none, we will move on to the board secretary certification, please.
AC 6A 23A 16.10 C3, I certify that as of November 30th, 2021, no line item account has encumbrances and expenditures which in total exceed the line item appropriation in violation of NJAC 6A 23A 16.10A.
Thank you. At this time, we will move on to the approval of board minutes for November 18th, 2021, regular and executive session. Can I get a motion, please?
I'll motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the approval of board minutes? All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Here.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. DeWall Malfoy?
Abstain.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Minutes are approved.
All right, we have no need for executive session on agenda items, so we will move on to the presentation of agenda items, please.
Thank you. Under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 16.
Looking for a motion, please.
I'll motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion on personnel? Roll call, please.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Yes.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Ms. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under policy, I'd like to move item number 1.
Looking for a motion.
I'll motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on policy? Roll call, please.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, I'd like to move items 1 through 13.
Looking for a motion.
I'll motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under special services, I'd like to move items 1 through 9.
Looking for a motion.
I'll motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on special services? Roll call, please.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Ms. Bilberry?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under curriculum, I'd like to move item number 1.
Looking for a motion.
I'll motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on curriculum? Roll call, please.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Yes.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Referring to the addendum, under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 4.
Looking for a motion.
Motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Yes.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under policy, I'd like to move item number 1.
I'll motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, I'd like to move items number 1 and 2.
Looking for a motion.
Motion.
Thank you. For a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Ms. DeWall Malfoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mrs. Bilberry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under curriculum, I'd like to move item number 1.
Looking for a motion?
All motion.
Looking for a second?
Second.
Any discussion on curriculum on the agenda? All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. O'Leary?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mrs. Walmsley?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitty?
Yes.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, at this time, we will move on to unfinished business. Does anyone on the board have any unfinished business? All right, seeing none, we will move on to new business. Does anyone have any new business? All right, seeing none, we will move on to audience remarks again. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district.
Megan Steele, Sussex. Can you just go into a little more detail about the email that went out this afternoon,
The email.
Mr. Wall?
Yeah, so earlier this afternoon, we sent out kind of a proactive correspondence with our parents, just raising awareness to a TikTok challenge that I received from our county office regarding calling in different threats into school districts, not into our school district in particular, but across the United States. In the past, we've had scenarios like that, you know, a couple of years ago it was called the Momo Challenge. I think a year before that, there was a Clown Challenge. So we want to be proactive and transparent, make parents aware of these kinds of things, that this is what your children are seeing in social media. It was a point of conversation, mostly among our middle school students today, which is one of the reasons why we also want to be proactive with parents, making them aware of that. We've received no direct threats against our school or school district. We had proactive meetings in that regard with our security force yesterday as a collective group across the district, and then school-based meetings today in each school just to raise awareness to the issue with some other key staff. We'll make some adjustments that I'm not talking about publicly with our security staff going into the upcoming weeks. I received an update maybe about 2 hours ago from The Rock. The Rock is a New Jersey uses for all of its heightened kind of awareness in emergency situations. I think it stands for Regional Operation Intelligence Center. And they kind of collate all the information for law enforcement and OEM, Office of Emergency Management. Long story short, that update said that at that time they perceived no credible threat to any school in New Jersey concerning this matter. So that brought a degree of comfort, but you know, part of that notice that we received today, one of the key bullet points was kind of, you know, if you see something, say something. I know I speak for every school administrator and security personnel, law enforcement personnel, that we'd rather get a whole bunch of reports that turn out to be nothing, and we chase them down and we establish that they're nothing, they're not credible, rather than this one report that could have saved someone's life. So the moral of the story is, if you see something, say something. I don't know if you had anything else more specific, Mrs. Steele, or? Okay.
Thank you. Are there any other audience remarks? All right, seeing none, I would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will look for a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion.
Thank you. Looking for a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.